So once again, I am coming to you live from right after exercise, so that I'm probably smelly. But that's okay. It has become part of my every other day morning routine to do my exercise and then sit down at the computer to watch your video and then immediately make mine and post it. So it's good. It's in the routine. So I think the social historian in me wants to find a moral in absolutely everything. Because the social historian would say that everything has a moral and that it serves a social purpose. So, like, the baby buried in the fireplace, the moral is about care of the dead and standards of behavior. Which is stupid, because a story only has a moral if it's, like, an intentional lesson. Like you said, where they don't really... The point is that they're scary, not that you're actually supposed to be learning something functional. But, yes, my brains are broken by history training. Broken. Anyway, so I'm out of stories because I could read you more Brothers Grimm, but most of them are pretty boring, actually. And I don't have any ghost stories. So instead, I'm going to read to you from the Discourse of Hermes Trismegistus, Poimandres, which is part of the Hermetica. The scratchy noise is the cat. I don't know how familiar you are with the Hermetica, but it's a collection of late antique revelatory texts that might or might not have formed a sacred book for, like, Hermes cult in Egypt. People often, like, quote it to be super esoteric and cool, and in theory, it's what Hermetic magic, like Order of the Golden Dawn and Freemasonry, are based on. Okay, so, once, when thought came to me of the things that are, and my thinking soared high and my bodily senses were restrained, like someone heavy with sleep from too much eating or toil of the body, an enormous being, completely unbounded in size, seemed to appear to me and call my name, and say to me, "What do you want to hear and see? What do you want to learn and know from your understanding?" This is a very courteous divinity, I think. He shows up and just says, like, "Ask me questions!" So, "Who are you?" I asked. "I am Poimandres," he said, "sovereignty of mind. I know what you want, and I am with you everywhere." I said, "I wish to learn about the things that are, to understand their nature, and know God." "How much I want to hear," I said. Then he said to me, "Keep in mind all that you wish to learn, and I will teach you." Saying this, he changed his appearance, and in an instant, everything was immediately opened to me. I saw an endless vision in which everything became clear, light and joyful, and in seeing the vision, I came to love it. After a little while, darkness arose separately and descended, fearful and gloomy, coiling sinuously so that it looked to me like a snake. Then the darkness changed into something of a watery nature, indescribably agitated and smoking like a fire. It produced an unspeakable, wailing roar. Then an inarticulate cry like the voice of fire came forth from it. But from the light a holy word mounted upon the watery nature, and untempered fire leapt up from the watery nature to the height above. The fire was nimble and piercing and active as well, and because the air was light, it followed after spirit and rose up to the fire, away from earth and water, so that it seemed suspended from the fire. Anyway, it goes on like that for an entire book. It's pretty awful.